Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode on The Test Drive. It is a beautiful day here in Montreal, Quebec. We are at the beautiful golf course in Kirkland, the Beaconsfield Golf Course. And today I have my hands on a really awesome, cool SUV. It is the 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan. So as you notice, I have this beautiful, clean, 2-year-old example. It is a 2018 Highline R-Line. Basically mean it is the top of the trim level and it is also the most fully equipped. Now, Volkswagen redesigned their Tiguan in 2018. This is the new iteration of the new body. It had the smaller body in 2017, and then when they did their huge update, we can say, they didn't just update the looks, they also updated the size. This car is significantly bigger than its previous model. All right, now the first thing I want to talk about with this vehicle is its very, very sporty look and its sport appeal. This being an R-Line gives a lot of awesome sporty modifications to the vehicle. Now you do need to know they are strictly cosmetic. There is absolutely no difference in drivetrain or in any mechanical aspect when it comes to the base model and the R-Line model. But the R-Line does add this very aggressive front bumper. I think it looks really fantastic. My favorite part is those 19-inch Trenton wheels. They're called Trenton. It is really my favorite in the Volkswagen group. I think they look sick and complement the car super well. And of course, if you look in the back, there's not much difference except the back bumper, and this body-colored rear diffuser looks really awesome. I really think they did a fantastic job with this car. Now, if you do compare it to its competitors, like I mentioned earlier, the Toyota RAV4, I honestly feel this looks significantly better. I really like the design. I like the dimensions. I mean, I like a lot of things about this car. Volkswagen did get it right. But there are a few things that they absolutely got very, very wrong, and we will get into that. The main thing is the engine. It uses Volkswagen 2.0 TSI. I mean, it is a good engine, but very underpowered. It is 186 horsepower. It also uses an 8-speed automatic torque converted transmission. Again, nothing great. This really is its Achilles heel, is the drivetrain and the transmission. All right, so we are inside the 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan R-Line. Now, I do have to say, I really like the way this inside looks. It is very minimalistic, very simplistic, which means that it will age quite well over time. There's not a lot of gimmicky things in here. I mean, everything is where you would expect it to be, and the learning curve is beyond simple. Now, let me give you a rundown at what the R-Line does give you in interior packaging. We're gonna start off with those beautiful leather seats. That's right, they are fully leather, not leatherette, not cloth. And they're heavily bolstered, actually, give you quite decent support, but the best part is they're very, very big and spacious. So if you're a bigger person, a taller person, you will feel extremely comfortable in this car. You also have 4 different drive modes. One is snow, one is road, one is off-road, and then one is snowy off-road. Honestly, I do not think you will be using any of those modes except for the road mode. But this car being a 4-motion 4-wheel drive, you could do some off-roading in it. But what this car was designed for was cargo space. It is massively huge on the inside, tons and tons of legroom. And it extends to the back seat as well. The back seat is extremely spacious, comfortably fits adults. As you notice, this car has a baby seat in the back, and there is a ton of space for the baby seat. But I mean, besides the obvious, the luxury, the comfort, the size, really what I'm most curious about is how does this car drive? I mean, with the drivetrain and the transmission, on paper, it looks very unimpressive. I am really curious if Volkswagen managed to pull it off. So let's hop on in, let's go for a test drive, and let's see how this car behaves. All right, so let's get things right off with how big this car feels. Honestly, it feels like a pretty big vehicle. Now, this is definitely in the mid-sized, and I will say luxury SUVs, because this is kind of a luxury SUV. The price point makes it a luxury SUV. This particular model, like I said, is equipped with R-Line, does not have the technology package, but still gives you a good 45,000 Canadian dollar price tag. But I mean, you do get German engineering and German built quality. This car feels very well built. Everything is soft touch plastics. There's not a lot of weird, okay, maybe a little bit down here on the console, but who puts their hands down here anyways? But besides that, everything feels quality. The build quality feels good. There's no gaps between the panels. The infotainment system feels very good. Like I mentioned it earlier, I love the virtual cockpit, the flat bottom steering wheel, the big panoramic moonroof, the seats. There's a big list here. There's a big list of things I do like. So this car definitely does some things very well. Other things, not so much. I'm gonna start off with its biggest Achilles heel, and that is its engine. So this is Volkswagen 2-liter TSI engine. It's a peppy engine, we can say, but there's a lot of power missing. It is rated at 185 horsepower, but it does have a hefty 221 pound-feet of torque, which is not so bad. But I'm telling you, the second you step on the gas, it takes a while for the car to react. All right, let's see. Now we're at a standstill, and let me show you what happens when we floor it. Go. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Turbo kicks in. Shift. All right, that was not a smooth shift. And we're about 60 kilometers. So, I mean, it's not so bad. It is really not that bad. But the turbo lag is brutal. It takes a whole second to second and a half for the car to really even do anything when you're at a stoplight. Now, I'm not gonna say that it's fully underpowered, because it's not. If you are driving like we are right now at about 40 kilometers an hour and I do floor it, it's there because the turbo spools have built up and it pulls. All right, so anything between 40 to, I don't know, let's say 80 or 100 kilometers an hour, it's doing its job fairly well. Off the line, it is a slouch. It takes 8.9 seconds to do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. Now, the good part about the engine is the fact that it is fairly fuel efficient. I say the word fairly because there are other vehicles that are more fuel efficient than this. This isn't so bad. So in the city, this car does about 11.3 liters per 100, which given its size isn't all that bad, not fantastic neither, but it's okay. On the highway, about 8.8 liters per highway. Attributed to the 8 speed, I'm guessing that's what's giving it that pretty decent fuel economy on the highway. But combine it and you're getting about 10.1. So, I mean, it's not fantastic. But one big advantage to this engine is that it takes regular gasoline. That's right, you do not need to fill it up with premium. But again, I want to come back to how comfortable this car really does feel. But really, that's what this car is all about. Going on road trips with the family, being nice and comfortable. I'm loving the virtual cockpit. I'm loving the sound system. The sound system is really good in this car, and it supports lossless audio. If you want to listen to FLAC, for example, Wave, AI, FF, you plug in your USB and it supports it, and it sounds fantastic. Climate control is very intuitive, very simple to learn. You have your rotary knobs, you have your temperature here. You cannot get confused with this vehicle. It is very well built, very well put together, very smartly designed. It is a little boring, it is a little conservative, not a lot is going on, but I mean, it's Volkswagen, that's typical of Volkswagens. All right, so what are my final thoughts on the 2018 Tiguan R-Line? Personally, I think it is great value. Really, for $45,000, the amount of luxury you do get, the amount of tech you get, the drive comfort, the looks, especially the looks, I think is really worth the price. The inside is extremely spacious, honestly leading in this class. Build quality is super good. I mean, I give it a real big thumbs up. Great car, really like the way it looks. Big downside, I've talked about it extensively throughout the review, is really its drivetrain and its engine. Transmission has way too many gears. It shifts way too often. It's not entirely sure what it's doing. The engine is severely underpowered for the size of this vehicle. I mean, I would expect at least a 200 and over horsepower. That is, I think that should be the minimum and the standard for this car. But you do get what you get. And you do get good fuel consumption, and it is regular gasoline, which is a big advantage. So I just want to take a moment and thank everyone for watching this review. Once again, don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and comment on the video. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Tiguan, the 2018 to 2020. If you own it, let me know what you think. I mean, I'm wondering if this car can be also tuned to develop more horsepower. Most likely. Let me know if you guys have a tune on your car. So this is Jordan signing off once again. Thank you for tuning in. We have awesome reviews coming again soon. We will be reviewing this car's direct competitor, which will be the Toyota RAV4 very soon. So we'll be able to see the actual differences between each car. Once again, this is Jordan. Thank you all for being with us, and we'll see each other soon. Bye-bye.